The world of electric and portable transport is growing fast, and we've hit a point where we can pack a ton into something pretty darn small. Sure, there are plenty of foldable bikes out there, but honestly, none of them are truly this compact. This is the iScooter U4. The U4 e-bike has certainly been designed for convenience in mind, and with a foldable frame that makes storage and transport a breeze, you can really take this thing anywhere with you. In terms of portability, it really doesn't get any better than this. It features a 36-volt 10.4 amp removable battery, so you can easily charge it off the bike. You can lock this thing up and just take the battery in for quick charging. After testing this thing on various terrains and in real-world conditions, I have a lot to say about it. It has some great features, but also areas where it could be improved. So the burning question is this product truly worth that asking price? Well, let's first start by unboxing it. Unboxing the U4 is a pretty straightforward experience, and everything is neatly packed to make assembly as easy as possible. Inside the box, you'll find the partially assembled e-bike frame along with the front wheel, front fender, seat with seat post, pedals, throttle, charger, battery key, and a small toolkit for setup. I won't go into too much detail here, but I will say the assembly itself is fairly simple. As mentioned, most of it is assembled. You're just left to install the front wheel, attach the fender, and securing the seat and pedals, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes. My first impression is pretty compact with a sleek yet practical, no-nonsense design. It's clearly not meant to be a showstopper, but it has a clean, functional look that gets the job done. The matte finish gives it a modern, clean look, but I did notice it can be prone to scratches if you're not careful, especially if you're folding and unfolding it often. Having said that, you can tell right away that it's been built for convenience and portability, which is a huge plus if you're working with limited storage space like me. The frame is made from aluminum alloy, which is a big plus. It keeps the bike lightweight but still strong. It doesn't feel flimsy or cheap at all, which is always a concern with foldable bikes. That said, when folded, it does feel a bit chunky. It's not as slim as some ultralight folding bikes, but with the built-in motor and battery, that's to be expected. If you're looking at a folding e-bike, you probably want something easy to store, carry, and transport. In that regard, the U4 does a good job, though there are a few trade-offs. One of the best things about the U4 is how smooth and easy the folding mechanism is. Some folding bikes can be stiff, awkward, or take too many steps to set up, but this one is quick and hassle-free to unfold and get riding. The pedals actually can fold up too, which is certainly a nice touch for saving extra space when storing it. Once everything is folded, the U4 becomes pretty compact. Definitely small enough to fit in a car trunk, under a desk, or even in a closet if needed. If you live in an apartment or work in an office, this is super convenient because you don't have to leave it outside or take up too much space indoors. Now, the one thing you need to consider is the weight. At around 25 kilograms, the U4 is definitely not the lightest folding e-bike out there. While the aluminium alloy frame keeps it from being overly bulky, it's still heavier than some smaller or carbon frame folding bikes. If you're just rolling it around, it's fine, but if you need to carry it up multiple flights of stairs, that extra weight can be a bit of a struggle, especially if you're also carrying a bag or other items. If you live on the ground floor or have an elevator, no problem. But if you regularly need to lift it, you might find yourself wishing it was just a little lighter. For me, the convenience of quick folding and sturdy design outweighs the extra few kilos. But if weight is a major concern for you, you might want to consider lighter alternatives. Now, that low step-through frame design makes it super easy to hop on no matter what you're wearing. If you're shorter or just find high-step frames tricky, this design is a game changer. It's especially great if you're in business attire and don't want any awkward maneuvering. Now let's dig a little deeper into the wheels and tyres of the U4 e-bike, because they play a huge role in how the bike feels to ride. The U4 comes with 16-inch tyres, which are pretty standard for compact folding e-bikes. These smaller wheels offer some clear advantages, but they also come with a few limitations, depending on where and how you plan to ride. For city riders, these are big advantages. If your daily commute is mostly on bike lanes, sidewalks, or smooth roads, these wheels perform really well. From my experience, the ride feels quick and responsive. Plus, the bike's lightweight design makes it easy to get moving without much effort. Unlike the larger wheels you'd find on bigger bikes, these 16-inch tyres don't glide over bumps and potholes as smoothly. As a result, you'll definitely feel more of the road beneath you. This makes a noticeable difference on rougher surfaces like cobblestone streets, gravel paths, or any kind of off-road terrain. You should expect a bumpier ride. That said, for regular pavement and city streets, these tyres do the job well. And I think that's exactly the point here. This bike is designed as a compact, portable option for commuters, not an off-roader. Alright, let's talk about suspension, or the lack of it, on the U4 e-bike. It comes with a front suspension fork and a reinforced saddle, which is more than good enough. While it doesn't have any rear suspension, the front fork does a rather solid job of absorbing shocks from bumps and rough pavement. Sure, it's not the super plush ride you'd get with higher end suspension systems, but for an e-bike in this price range and category, it's more than good enough for daily commutes or city cruising. Now let's talk about the controls, because they're as simple as it gets, which I honestly think is a good thing. The small LED display gives you just the basics: battery level, speed, and your pedal assist setting. It's easy to read during the day, but at night it's a bit trickier. Unless you're under streetlights, it can be hard to see. It does what it needs to, but it would have been nice to have a few extra ride stats like trip distance or an odometer. That said, for a commuter e-bike at this price, I get why they kept it minimal. It gets the job done. I've got to say, the mechanical disc brakes do a solid job of stopping the bike quickly and reliably, even on downhill rides. They're not as smooth as hydraulic brakes, but for an e-bike in this category, they work just fine. As for mileage, the U4 e-bike really delivers for the price. With its 36-volt 10.4 amp battery, you can get up to 55 miles on a full charge, depending on a variety of factors like temperature and rider weight. I think that's pretty darn impressive, especially for a folding e-bike. Most in this range only give you about 30 to 40 miles, so getting 55 miles is a nice bonus. Let's talk about the speed. So the U4 can reach up to 22 miles per hour, which is pretty fast for a bike like this. It's more than enough to keep up with traffic during your commute or cruise around the city at a good pace. But it's not just about speed. The 500-watt peak brushless motor gives it some serious torque, so you won't have any issues tackling steep 20% inclines. If you live in a hilly area, that's a big bonus. It'll power you up without breaking a sweat. One thing I really like is the smooth acceleration. It's not jerky or sudden, and you get up to speed in about 3.8 seconds. That's perfect for when you're stopping and starting a lot in traffic or city streets. If you're planning on longer rides, the U4 gives you great range. On a flat path with moderate pedaling, you could easily stretch that 55-mile range. For short commutes or weekend rides, this bike won't leave you stranded halfway through your journey. It's perfect for a full day of riding, and honestly, you'll probably end up charging it less often than you think. Overall, I tested it on some rougher urban roads, and yeah, you can definitely tell it's not made for full-on off-roading. But for city streets, bike lanes, and even slightly bumpy sidewalks, it's a smooth ride. It's not uncomfortable, and it strikes a nice balance between comfort and efficiency, especially given how lightweight and portable it is. Honestly, it's the kind of bike you can just hop on and go. It won't blow you away with a super plush ride, but for the price and the purpose, the ride quality is pretty much spot on for daily commuting and getting around town. So yeah, in short, I'd say it's got that perfect mix of comfort and practicality. Great for a quick ride, but also decent enough if you need to go a little further. The bike is essentially an affordable commuter, and definitely worth you taking a closer look at and seeing if it's for you. As always, be sure to check this product out in the link in the description. Let me know what you think. Till next time.